is up, guys? It's been a really long time. I think the last time I checked the YouTube page, it's been like 260 something days or something like that since I posted a video, and even on that it was about the Tahoe. So we finally got to a point in life where we got the truck back in the garage. I should be getting the motor back soon. It's with a buddy of mine, Jason. He's rebuilding it for me, but in the process of him rebuilding it, he moved a couple states away, so we're just working out the logistics of getting it wrapped up and getting it back down here. But that's no worry, that'll happen soon enough. Conveniently, it not being here affords me a little extra time to get the engine bay cleaned back up after sitting outside as a yard ornament for over a year now. What I'm going to do today is kind of make a list, more or less. I'm going to try to clean our whiteboard off. It has years and years of old notes and things like that. Like some of that stuff's from 2019. So I'm gonna get that cleaned off, get a fresh list made of things that I want to do before the motor gets here, before I get it, because basically my whole goal is, once the motor's here, throw it in, button it up, and get it over to my tuner Bo and look through everything, make sure everything's A1, adjust everything for the new motor. Since it's gonna have fresh rings, fresh bearings, and all that stuff, it might be a little bit different. So other than that, we got some cleaning to do. So I know the first thing that I'm really gonna do, and probably the main thing of what this video is gonna be, which may seem boring to a lot of people, but it needs to be done, and it's just part of it. I need to clean this. So what I'm gonna do is just push it right out here in the driveway and then get a water hose, since I don't have a power washer. I'm just gonna get a water hose and probably air first to get like all this grass, all these grass clippings and stuff out of here. Blow it out with some air, and then mask off what I don't want water to get in, like the fuel lines or the headers, the transmission bell housing. I'm probably gonna put a bag over that or something. Just all the stuff I don't want to get soaked. Get that took care of. And then I have bought some Super Clean. We're gonna see how it works. I've used Purple Power before, and like Simple Green ain't worth a damn. So I've never tried Super Clean before. I've seen other people use it and have some good success with it. And I know one thing I've always done in the past is water it down. And today, we're not gonna water it down. We're just gonna use it a straight concentrated form and see if we can get some good results. The main things that I'm trying to clean up is under all this dust is like when we first put all the suspension together, we greased everything and we never wiped that excess grease off. And with the engine heat and driving around, it just kind of got everywhere. And then I had an obvious power steering leak. So just kind of get in here with the brush and just scrub and scrub and scrub, get down to the base layer, and see if we don't need to throw a fresh coat of black paint on the frame here in the cross member, and maybe see about doing something on the firewall. I don't know yet, but we'll see. So without further ado, let's get it pushed outside and get to cleaning. How's it gonna leak and it don't even have a motor in it? This is ridiculous. I know it's the tail shaft dripping, but hindsight's 2020. I'm a dipshit and I can't quite push the whole ass truck uphill in the driveway by myself. So that's as far as it's gonna go. That's okay, because I got it kind of far away from everything. And I'll just be real ginger with the water hose in here and just kind of scrub, be a little more intimate with everything. So yeah, I'm gonna get everything kind of prepped. I'll set up a little time lapse for you probably over here or something, looking at what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna kind of get everything blown off with air first, and then do some water prep, plug the header holes, probably put something over the bell housing because I don't necessarily need water going up behind the torque converter and shit, just in case. I'm extra paranoid these days. And then we'll cap the fuel lines off, which, side note, whenever you pull an engine from a vehicle, I strongly suggest you cap your fuel lines and any lines, anything, because in a place like Oklahoma, we have dirt daubers, and both of those, the feed and the return, are both plugged with dirt dauber awesomeness. So I've got to unclog that, but it's okay because I need to pump the entire fuel tank out. Because if y'all haven't watched like the previous videos I put out last year when we actually took the engine out, we kind of determined our engine failure issue to be one of two things. Either it was a 700-mile rebuild on a unknown bottom end junkyard motor, or I had so much booster, octane booster in the fuel tank that it put a boatload of ethanol in the fuel and it just couldn't correct for it, and we ended up just staying super lean, which makes sense because it was the lean issue I was chasing and I couldn't ever figure out why. So yeah, we need to dump out all the fuel, and then put fresh gas in it and stop putting octane booster in it. And that's another thing that needs to go on the list, among other things. But anyways, let me get you guys set up on a time lapse, and let's see if we can get some of this shade of brown out of here. Okay, so I just wanted to pick it up. I'm not gonna keep doing it, but I just wanted to show the progress. And the time lapse is gonna show it kind of weird, but man, I'm literally just spraying this stuff on and then letting it probably set for like 10 seconds as I spray a section, and then scrubbing it all and rinsing it off. And I didn't dilute it at all, and I'm pretty impressed. So pretty much I just did, you know, the passenger side, like the frame, the upper control arm, scrub the line, scrub the firewall, this tank, this whole side. And I mean, it got that tank pretty decent because there was a lot of sludge and shit built up over here. And then you can compare this side of the firewall to like that's how it looked. So like that grimy stuff, I didn't get down in that. Oh, there you go. I didn't get in that wheel well, but I got all that. So I mean, it's doing pretty good with you just spritzing it on real quick. And then I did like scrubbed on that a little bit, what that brush would reach, brake caliper, but it's cleaning stuff up pretty decent. I'm actually pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get the center section, the steering knuckles, all that kind of stuff, the steering column. I'm gonna get all the center section, and then probably that center part of the firewall, and get all that center wiped out. And then probably what I'll do is get this side, because there's a lot of transmission fluid and stuff still in here from when I had that transmission cooler leak. Get all that cleaned out, and then get over on that driver's side. And I'll have to be a little more careful over there because I got a lot of wiring and I don't really want to hose all that down, but it's working pretty good. The super clean concentrate, not watered down or diluted in any way, is giving some pretty quick results. Like, I mean, even if you wanted to, you could go back and do a second coat and do it again. But I'm pretty happy with what I got. I wasn't trying to get it perfect, just, you know, nice and cleaned up for now, at least for while we're going to be working in here and before we get the motor back in there again. And I only have this big barbaric brush. If you had more of like a paintbrush style brush that was kind of bigger, that would work good for reaching in those little weird spots, you know. But this is doing pretty good because you can push it and get that in there like that, so it's working out. But I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna try to remember to keep moving the time-lapse camera around so y'all can kind of see what's going on, and then we'll do a reveal when I get done and give y'all a little life update, and we'll probably call that a video. I like it. There's definitely a couple spots that are still like super caked and like old grease that was probably OG grease from like before my time with this truck. So we'll have to get in here and scrub some more. Mainly like, I'm mainly noticing it on this driver's side because I think this is the side that I didn't wire wheel and paint. I obviously didn't paint it. This side, I remember I wire wheeled and painted, and as you can see, it's black paint. You can see where it's like chipped away in certain spots. But I'm overall pretty stoked with what we got done with the super clean. I will definitely be a major supporter of super clean from here on out because I didn't dilute it. I didn't have to do anything. I bought that and that gallon refill jug for like 14 bucks total at Walmart, and I overall used pretty much just this spray bottle, got all that done. And like, it has the spray and the stream mode, and the stream, like the jet, it was, you could like see it shooting the grease off instantly, and like you could see the like black revealing underneath it, or on the powder coating here you can see the gray like immediately as soon as it was getting hit. So the stuff works great. Like I said, I just think this is some older stuff from before my time with the truck, and you know, what can you do about that? It does look like most of the front side of this cross member is completely unpainted. And then like that brown right there in the middle, you can see that's old fluid buildup or something. So probably what I might do in some of these spots is get in there with a wire wheel and just get it raw and give them a fresh coat of paint everywhere. But overall, today's mission was a success. Got her done, got everything kind of rinsed off. Things you could look forward to in the next couple videos I'm gonna try to do in the next few days. I'm gonna order DEI like that fire sleeve stuff. I'm gonna get rid of the ghetto sleeve we made. It's bothered me for a long time, and I'm done with it at this point. So I'm gonna pull that off, get that fire sleeve on there so it looks a little nicer. And then how we kind of booger tack that P-strap on there. I have like a whole bag of P-strap now, and different sizes, and I have a variation of rivets now, and I have become amateur riveteer. So what I'm going to do is just in a couple spots where I see fit, I'm going to rivet a P-strap here and there for some of this wiring, get some of that stuff cleaned up. And then other than that, basically pretty much dolling all this up was what I was trying to do before the motor got here. So our main power cable from the battery in the bed up to here never had a breaker or a fuse in it. That's very smart, smooth brain activities from your boy. So I have a breaker now that I ordered, so I'll get that put in. That way we can protect this line. If it ever was to fall, these zip ties break or something happens and we rub through that power wire right there, we're going to start a fire pretty quick. So I'm going to make sure to get a breaker set up back there, so that if we ever have an issue, we can just pop the breaker instead of burning the truck to the ground, which would be very disappointing at this point in the game. Other than that, I think that's about it. Just fresh paint everywhere, so all the frame up here is black, and then get that breaker dealt with, get the fire sleeve changed, and then I was gonna see if I could get maybe some tubs figured out. Maybe try again with the trailer fenders. Might give that another shot, and then that'll keep all the trash and stuff from flinging off the tires up into all this, and coating the entire. This was clean at one point, so this is all activities from getting trash slung on them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to, I have the copper line for the, make sure I have it, yep, the copper line for the oil pressure gauge. Remember I had that plastic line in there and it was leaking when I first got the truck set up, so I'm gonna change all that out and leave a bunch of extra in the dash side and a bunch extra out here and have it cooled up, so when I get the engine back in here I can mount it up where it goes with the oil pressure sensor. And then we'll have a mechanical oil pressure gauge, which will be nice and reliable. That'll be nice. But other than that, that's about all I had planned until we get the motor in. It's about all that's in the budget, if you know what I'm saying. Still got all my parts I kept in here so they weren't sitting outside, except for the intake, radiator, fans, all that stuff kind of sat outside, but it's okay. And yeah, other than that, just been trying to be the best husband and dad that I can be. I'll be 30 this year, so me trying to learn how to adult and have a kid and fund a stay-at-home mom and child in times like this and support an expensive habit is difficult. I'm making it happen in a small degree, but hey, progress is progress, right? So that's about it. Preston just turned 2 this last weekend, and that's crazy to think that he's already 2 years old. The Tahoe's been treating me good this past year, but I do have a new opportunity. One of Ashley's great-grandparents just recently passed away, and I have an opportunity to purchase her vehicle. So I'm gonna go look at that here in the next couple days, and if it ends up going through and all that, then I will obviously introduce that vehicle to the channel. It'll be a nice daily to get to work and not get 14 miles a gallon like the old Tahoe does. That'll be a big relief. And then I don't know, we may get rid of the Tahoe, or we may get rid of the Murano and put Ashley in the Tahoe. I don't know exactly what the plan is yet, but other than that, things have been going well. I appreciate you guys sticking with me on the channel, reaching out to me on Instagram, Facebook, and all that, keeping up with me. As it's always been, that's the best way to keep up with me, or hit me up or ask me questions, any of this stuff. I'm not the biggest beacon of knowledge, or the person that you should take advice from, but feel free to ask me a question, and I'll see if I can help you out. Other than that, we still got to do a little scuffing, priming up here. I think I'm gonna get the roof primered while we're in here in the garage before the motor's done, and other stuff like that. But other than that, I realize I'm rambling, and I'm about 9 minutes in on this little jibber jabber here, so I'm gonna cut it off. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Peace out, be human, and we'll see you next time.